through and through. Oh, the Toon Review. Laughs and passion, football too. We are the Toon Review. By the fans, for the fans, through and through. Laughs and passion, football too. We are the Toon Review. 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 Go!
Good evening, welcome to the Toon Review for another Champions League night under the lights at St James's Park, where the mighty Newcastle United take on our friends from the Basque region of Spain, Atletico Madrid. Don't think so, it's Bilbao. Of course it is. Of course it is. Don't want to be calling them Madrid. They don't like that kind of thing in the Basque regions. First and foremost, let's do some teamwork. Some team news, of course. Lineups are very important. Here's the Newcastle one. And I guess it's expected, really, except for the right wing position, which is odd. Anyway, we have Pope in goal, Trippier, Botman, Chow, and Dan Burn as a back four. In front of them, it's the usual three of Tonali, Bruno, and Joelinton, who changes place. And up front, Gordon on the left. It looks like Barnes on the right, and Volta Messi through the middle. The bench contains two keepers, Max Thompson and Aaron Ramsdale. Lewis Hall again makes the bench, Fabian Schär, Emil Kraft-Willisula, Anthony Elanga, Jacob Murphy, Joe Willock, Alex Murphy once again makes a bench. No injury problems there, we wouldn't think. Jacob Ramsey and Lewis Miley. Interesting lineup there for the Toon. Bilbao line up like this, and I can't really see that because it's really short, small. But it looks like Simon in goal, who's of course the Spanish international keeper. Back four of, I can't really see the names, Arezzo, Vivian, Paredes, and Adama. Biko and Joey Zika in midfield. Berenguer, who's a threat. Vesga and Navarro with Unai up front. I don't know what it's second. I think it's Gonzalez or Gomez, something like that. On the bench, they have Padilla, Santos, etc., etc. Juan Laporte makes the bench, of course, a former Man City player, and a selection of others. No Williams brothers or sisters, for that matter. So yeah, it's a very much weakened Bilbao side. Be interesting to see how this goes on. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. Before we go any further, though, if you are new to us and you have to be subscribed to actually be in the chat tonight, you do have to hit that subscribe button, whether you be on Twitter. And if you are on Twitter, pop over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost a penny. We are heading towards 44,000 subscribers at the moment. A paid subscription is a membership, and you can also do that by clicking the join button. That entitles you to be in certain competitions that we offer. You can enter those. And also, if you want to donate, you can do by hitting the dollar sign and making the super chat, which would, or should, make your chat guaranteed to be read out. That's all I have to say about everything at the minute. That's all the housekeeping done. Let's see what people are saying about the lineups. Evening to everyone in the chat. I've got too many of you to kind of go with the hello to everyone, because we've only got 10 minutes till kickoff. However, people are complaining about the left side being the same. Well, I guess he's giving them a chance to make up for what happened on Sunday, I guess. But there you go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's a gamble for him. But there we have it. That's why he's paid the big bucks, and we're not. And if it works, then we shall all praise him and say, well done. Evening to Ian A, evening to Derek, and also David R. David R says, I can't help but feel that his week maybe rewarding one of those players with a start after the shameful performance last weekend. Gordon, J7 Pope. Well, to be honest, you can mention any name there, really, couldn't you? So yeah, I guess he's going with experience. People have done it for him before. Gordon's had a good Champions League campaign so far, so that's probably what he's in. And also, yeah, Joelinton's got the physicality. He likes a ruckus, and hopefully his physical makeup can kind of match that tonight. Burnett left back is people are still complaining about that, and quite rightly too. He has two on the bench, so it's not necessary. There we have it. James Kirby, I don't understand what he's saying here, but he says Billy, you know you will laugh at this swap. Vista passport for Gillespie. Stop the AFCON. Smashing it again, mate. But yeah, let's send Gillespie to the AFCON. That's a good idea. Do you think they'd sort it out? Do you think they'd suss it out? I think they probably would. People are quite confident. Beard and Monster, this should be an easy win. But Bilbao are very short on numbers, aren't they? The two Williams brothers not there. Laporte's only on the bench, which I'm surprised at because he's a hell of a player. We all know. But there we have it. It's interesting. But if you do hear lots of bangs in the background, it is because it's Guy Fawkes night, of course, bonfire night, and the kids and the adults, and sometimes it's hard to distinguish between the two, are letting all sorts of missiles off in Coventry. It's the usual Wednesday night, to be fair. HCMC Original says 3 a.m. kickoff in Vietnam again. That's professionalism for you. Billy are doing a great job. Let's see what we can pull out the bag. Absolutely. And good for you for your loyalty to the club and staying up to the next hour of the morning in Vietnam to watch what potentially could be awful. We have a £3 super sticker from Michael McIntyre. Thank you, Michael. And we also have a £2 super chat from Mexican Boy who says, let's hope for a better evening, Billy. 100%. 100%. Ian Hyde says, Ramsdale, perhaps second half. He's not going to substitute a goalkeeper, mate. Absolutely no chance. Papers is number 1. Gary Mills says, Murphy touched by the bug. Apparently so. Yes, that is a correct assumption, Gary. He has had a touch of the old, whatever it is they've got, the abdabs or a bit of chucking up, bit of blowing chunks. But yeah, Bruno's apparently had it, but they're still risking him, which is interesting. Lou says he's baffled how Murphy's on the bench. Which Murphy are you talking about, mate? Jacob or Alex? Because there's questions to be asked about both. Exceptional says, would love Camavinga alongside Bruno Tonali. Not what I saw last night. I thought it was dreadful last night for Atletico Madrid. Absolutely dreadful. But still. Yeah, it's a very, very strange lineup. People are complaining about it, but you know, we've tried to guess Eddie before, but it's not worked. He's a clever man, and I guess Champions League football is not where we're having the problems at the minute. Sunday's performance is the one where we can kind of look at it and analyse it properly. There we go. The lad in Vietnam says, I normally wake up at HCMC Originals. I normally wake up for work at 4:45. So I'll get up early for the game. It's not easy, but it's a commitment I love to make. Regretfully, oxymoron. Yes. Good for you, though, pal. Good for you. Do appreciate that. Yeah, so that's an interesting kind of way we're going to go about things tonight. We need to get people in the game running off Voltemada. Otherwise, it's a waste of time playing Voltemada, as I can see. Yes, we'll get you a goal. Just have a look now. See, no, it's still not started on my little thing. We shall return in a second or two. Yeah, to make the most of Voltemada, you need to have him assisting as well as scoring. There you go. There we have it. Sledge Hook says, I like Camavinga. Well, he's a good player, but he was awful last night. Awful. Julie J, what are you playing on FIFA? Is it managers or clubs or what? Because they're pretty shite, really. Yeah. They're pretty easy kind of parts of the game. Anyway, Lynx Rainbow says Bruno and Joelinton and Pope might have known. Well, the one you've got to ask is if we have Burnham, if Burnham's playing and we've got 2 left backs on the bench, that's the one you've got to ask. Yeah, the manager's a piece of piss, Julie. Absolute piece of piss. You can't fail in that game. Jack Adams, another one that's complaining about Football Manager 26, which came out yesterday, I believe. He says it's unbelievably bad. I didn't make it to the first game before. I just left it. They need to patch the hell out of it. The UI is crazy bad. Yeah, I've heard that. And there's a couple of FM managers enthusiasts amongst others for. And it's not me and Sam. So, absolutely. NUFC Ollie says he still backs himself. Burns still backs himself to be in the team ahead of Hall and is confident he will keep the place when Hall is fit. Well, you know, maybe he will. Maybe you know something we don't, Ollie. We have a super chat from Eric Amaral. Players not dropped no matter how they perform. And a £5 super chat from Mark Mullins. Please, for the love of God, is he playing King Pope and J7 again? No Ramsdale or Ramsey. Grow some balls, Eddie, please, and make changes for once. Pikachu with a $5 New Zealand dollars super chat. It's 9 a.m. in New Zealand. Took the day off work. Also, just make you wonder what you have to do to break into this team. Good question. And Edward Gordon over there in Japan with 1,000 yen. Thanks, but as always, from Japan, a better result and performance, please. I shall do my best, my friend. I shall do my best. Let's see if we can get some pictures up from St James's Park. We do indeed. The teams are about to enter. Well, they are entering the pitch. Bilbao have a Castori kit, but their fans are resplendent. The red and white striped flags and scarves, which generally aren't welcome in Newcastle, are very much on show and are welcomed because they're a great set of fans. It's been a fantastic spectacle in Newcastle this afternoon with the sets of fans drinking together, etc. Shane Smith's been a member for 12 months. I went to watch Leicester v Borough last night. He lives there. I wore my Newcastle top underneath my hoodie and stood outside the end. Well, they bit. They don't like us, Middlesbrough. Yeah, they've got a Castor kit. Athletic Bilbao. And Newcastle, of course, in our resplendent Adidas kit. Of course, much better than Castor. And if kits are anything to go by, we shall win this game convincingly, folks. Let's remove that comment. No spoilers in the chat, please. If you're behind me or ahead of me, sorry, just pause and wait for me and just catch up with me that way until you're ready. I will shout out when we're starting when I find it. So we'll set the clock up ready to go when it's ready to go. And as far as that, folks, apart from anything else, have a great game. Let's bring the 3 points, or how many points it is. Let's bring the victory home tonight at St James's Park. The lineup again has been shown now. The back four then of Trippier, Shaw, Botman and Byrne, Joelinton, Tonali, Bruno, Barnes on the right, Gordon on the left, Volta, Messi through the middle. Incidentally, York have taken the lead against Gateshead, which is interesting, I guess, for people who support the local non-league sides. Joelinton, of course, on a yellow card, so if he does get booked tonight, I think he misses the next game. Unai Simon is the captain of Bilbao. Referees, Branislav Hanko. I don't know where. No, that's not him. Well, I know the referee is. It's showing me his assistant, not the actual referee, but I don't know. Who cares? Team photo for the Toon. Been done. Bruno approaches the centre circle with his Newcastle United pennant and exchanges with Unai Simon. Toss about to be made. I think they have one of the Athletic Bilbao players went up to the centre circle as a kind of interpreter there. And now they're just showing the Bilbao lineup. Navarro, Vesga and Berenguer, who's a threat on the right. Anyone's a threat against Dan Burn, I guess. And Unai up front. I'll just call it, they call him Unai G. Don't know what it is. Anyway, on the bench, they've got Santos, Padilla, Goasabal, Laporte, Lecu, Galareta, Serrano, Hierro, Sanchez, Izagiri, and another Sanchez. There you go. Currently, both teams are in the huddle. We're having absolute bombs outside. And we've gone to an advert on my little thing. I guess they always do that before a Champions League game. But we are virtually ready to go. And as soon as kickoff occurs, and it looks like we are attacking the Leeds end first half and Bilbao the Gallagate. Gallagate where Gallagate. Fake shot there to start us off. And we are underway, folks. And I shall return to where we are. And we're on the way. Long ball forward from Bilbao. Flicked on by Chiao unwittingly, but Chip is there to cover for him. And he clears it down the line. and out of play for a throw into the Basque side. Just taken all the way back to the centre backs, of which there seems to be 3. It looks like a back 3. Bit of pressure from Voltamada. Nearly gets to the player first, and Gordon almost got to his player first as well. Great pressure. Dan Byrne on the press now. Obviously leaving the spaces in behind him yet again. But Botman's there to cover. Gets a flick to it. Joelinton's in the air. He's headed it, but only to a Bilbao player. Botman flicks it to his right to Joelinton. Gordon wins a throw-in off the right back's left foot. So there we go. Good start. Good lively start from Newcastle. Getting on the front foot, trying to press the hell out of them. And get the crowd up, I guess, is the initial actions we want to be doing. Ball is currently with Malik Chow. Back with Nick Pope, who turns towards Sven Botman, but blasts it down the pitch, looking for Joelinton, who does get a flick onto it. It was, in fact, Dan Byrne who's way up the pitch. Now it's Gordon who's gone for a long transitional sweep across the pitch, but it's only gone to cause us trouble. Chow gets a foot in. Tonali steps in, and it's now with Newcastle win a free kick. But strange pass that from Anthony Gordon. It really was. It worked out, and Newcastle did win a free kick. Just give me 1 second. Bilbao are in the attack. Down the left-hand side, ball inside Dan Byrne, of course it is. Berenguer trying to get into the penalty area. Plays across, but it's headed away from Chow. Further away from Joelinton, not a great header. Tonali gets a foot and wins the ball. Tries to play to Joelinton, who wins the ball with a nice tackle. And now the ball's from Gordon into... It's Bruno who loses out there. And the 25 yards, we might have a shot. He's played the over-hit pass, looks like. He has indeed. It's a goal kick. Yeah, sloppy play there from the Newcastle defence. Really sloppy, but luckily for us, it was sloppy from them as well going forward. Overhit pass, and their manager's got some beak on him, Christ. He really has. I need to reset the time here, folks. I'm way behind. I'm about 20 seconds behind here. I need to change this. Sorry about that, folks. I'm still 4 behind now. I'm a couple of seconds behind, folks. Don't worry about it. I had a refresh and it changed. So anyway, Eddie Howe chewing his gum as the ball is back with Malik Chow in our own half. He squares it to Sven Botman. Bad play there from... Well, I think it's Barnes on it. That's Gordon, of course it is. Good tackle from Botman, wins the ball back. Joelinton. Now Tonali plays it back to Chow calmly. The Spanish wanted a free kick for that. They didn't get one. Here's Chow who brings the ball out. Plays it wide here for Anthony Gordon. Taking his fullback on. It deflects off his knees and out of play for a throw-in. Here's Botman. Yeah, nothing really happening in a minute. Into Bruno, plays it back to Chow. Ball down the line, in behind, it's over here, I think. Simon comes out and just shepherds it out for a goal kick. Good run from Harvey Barnes, trying to get back into it. But it's well shepherded out from the Spanish keeper there. You know, Simon, who of course is he was onside, it was a good ball. But good goalkeeper from Simon, just to marshal the ball out of play. And they'll start from a goal kick, and he's sending his players forward. And then it's playing out from the back side. No, it's Bamford Night Trolls. Long kick from Simon and down the middle of the park, looking for Bilbao head. It goes out for a throw-in, and it'll be a Newcastle throw. Player holding his face there for some reason, I don't know why. Well, Trippy did put an arm on his shoulder, but He's making out he's been elbowed. There's a player down for Newcastle. It's Toon Army. I don't know what's happened here because they were showing the potential elbow. Toon Army gets back to his feet. It looks like Vesga's doing something to him. The referee's giving a right good going, talking to here. Let's have a look. So the ball's thrown into Toon Army, and Vesga kicks him 3 seconds after he's kicked the ball away. Club Brugge have beaten Barcelona 1-0, incidentally. Shock result there. Newcastle have the ball with Botman. Forward for Joelinton. Plays it back to Dan Burn. Dan Burn down the line for Gordon. Gordon back to Joelinton. Joelinton forgets to set the ball with him. Awful from Joelinton. Leaves the ball behind. And now Bilbao on the attack down this side. Joelinton recovers his mistake and kicks out for a corner kick. Some very sloppy stuff going on so far from Newcastle United, I have to say. Flipping heck. Dan Burn's marking a man who's a foot smaller than him, but yet he's manhandling him. Asking for trouble. Anyway, here comes the corner from Bilbao. It's an outswinger. Onto the head of whoever it was, and it was into the arms of Nick Pope. Free header. Should have done better with it. Yeah, it was a good corner, but unmarked the back post there. Probably should have done a lot better. This isn't great from Newcastle United so far, I have to say. Although the night is young. We're trying to play the ball out. Nick Pope plays it to Barnes, who's very deep. Ball in for, it's woefully under hit. I think it was Trippier, actually, not Barnes. And Voltemada had no chance of getting to that. Ball through the middle, looking for the run of the striker. Pope goes out to cover it. Will surely have to run out of play. And does. It'll be a goal kick. To Newcastle United. Chelsea managed to get a draw at Carrier-Bag, which is a strange result for them early games. Carrier-Bag doesn't seem to be that hard. It seems to be a hard game. People can't get results against them. Anyway, here's Malik Chow for Newcastle again, bringing the ball out. This is all we've seen so far. Toon Army, very slow onto the ball there. Botman covers for him. They're very quick in the back of Toon Army. They really are doing the job on him. Barcelona have equalised, by the way, at Bruges. Ferran Torres. Here's Botman. Back to Malik Chow. Ball forward is through here. It's a chance here. Can he shoot? Can he score? Yes, he can! It's Joelinton! Flags up. Unlucky. Oh, dear me. Brilliant from Joelinton, but unfortunately he was offside. Or was he? Let's have a look. He's broke from deep and... Oh, I think he's on. I think he's on. I think VAR will overturn this one. I think he's at least level. I think he's beyond, actually. Brilliant, Joelinton. Great run in between. I think this might get overturned. I think he's on. When the ball's played, I think he's on. We shall see. Obviously, VAR and the European check will go on, but I think that's onside. I do, honestly. Whether that's black and white tinted glasses, I don't know, but well, it isn't because they played on. So nonsense. I was talking there. I thought it was on. I missed be on it. Bilbao when he took the other end. Shot comes in blocked by Botman. Good play there from Burn to get rid of it. Now it's Voltemada. Voltemada steps inside the defender beautifully well there. And there's a foul there on Toon Army, and we'll get a free kick. They're kicking the living shit out of Sandro, I have to say. Ball in behind there. Barnes looked offside. But playing on. Toon Army. Slightly under hit. And Bilbao in there. Well, we're getting a free kick for this. A late tackle in on somebody. Referee's refereeing the game pretty well. Bilbao's kit, actually, is the colour of chocolate limes. You know, the beautiful sweets. My favourites, actually. Chocolate limes, balled sweets. They're actually that colour. And it's making me hungry for chocolate limes. Anyway, free kick to Newcastle, which Kieran Trippier is going to take. Very high line from Bilbao, as is today's fashion of defending set pieces. Trying to catch Newcastle offside. Ball comes in, looking for Newcastle head. Back post. Oh, it's a goal! And it's Big Dan Burn. Big Dan Burn. Big Dan Burn. With same goal as the cup final. But it was from the other side. 1-0 Newcastle. Hey! Great goal, Newcastle United. Dan Burn with a fantastic header. Great set piece. Pulled away to the back post. And he just buried it with the head. Brilliant goal. Let's do a bit of Granny, shall we? If we can find her. Granny. Yeah, brilliant goal that from Dan Burn. We should have the goal on. 1-0 Newcastle. Fantastic header. Very much like the, except he wasn't marked at all. Round the back, totally unmarked. Brilliant header, right into the corner, similar to the one, as I say, in the cup final at Wembley, and it's gone in off the post. Terrific header, Newcastle. 1-0. Dan Burn is the scorer. Outstanding goal. Great free kick from Trippier. Very poor defence from the Bilbaos. But it's a mirror image of the goal at Wembley. Absolute mirror image. And we're 1 up. Absolutely. Newcastle clear the ball. It will be a throw-in, or is it a free kick? The referee's very whistle happy at the minute. Got some beak on him, that ref, that Bilbao manager. Good grief. Who knows in behind again? So we're trying to get him offside. This is similar to their free kick, except for Nick Pope comes out and claims it in commanding style and bowls it out in great fashion to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier down the line looking for the run of Harvey Barnes, but he's overhit the pass and into the arms of Unai Simon it goes. And he bowls it out to his centre-back, who I'm afraid I've forgotten the name of. Well, I don't know what's happened here. Weird game this. So you take it off it for a second and something happens. The ball just got into the... I don't know why. It's probably something really, really obvious, but how have we got a corner from that? It's a corner to Newcastle. And when I looked up, the keeper just kind of rolled it out to the centre half. So how we got a corner from, I don't know. He must have made a right 2 and 8 of it. And we have another set piece where we've already looked dangerous, of course, because we scored from the last one. So now he's taking it. It's an in-swinger. In it comes, looking for Newcastle head. Finds. Oh, good goalkeeping, Simon. Great take that. And a long ball down the pitch, and it's Trippier and Pope comes out to sweep a keep. And levers it down the pitch where it will go for... Well, it's a throw-in. It's a good kick, actually. We're getting a back view of the goal. What a great free kick it is. Burns totally unmarked, and it's an absolute outstanding header. I actually think it's a better header than the one at Wembley. Even though he's unmarked. He wasn't really marked at Wembley, I guess. He had a dwarf on him, but that header is absolutely... You can't get any better than that. You can't get any better than that. And Dan Burn is banging the badge on his chest with great pride and passion. And if one thing you can't doubt Dan Burn for is the great pride and passion that he has. Ball is with Harvey Barnes at the minute. Plays it all the way back to Malik Chow. He comes square to Sven Botman. Sven Botman's going to try and get a good ball into Joelinton. Joelinton just woefully under it to pass. So it was Dan Burn, in fact, woefully under it to pass to Gordon. And Bilbao can now take over the play in our half. Where it's currently in the centre circle. They've gone back to the full back. The left back. Onto left wing. Goes past Trippier with ease. Chow's got to come across. Someone's got to come across. Chow just gets the ball in the end. And deflects it out for a... Deflects it even. Or directs it for a corner kick to Bilbao. which Alex Berenguer is going to take. Take it short. Beck gets it back, and it's a long overhit cross, which is just going to drift out harmlessly for a goal kick. And they'll have a little drink. 1-0 Newcastle, great start. The Bilbao fans in their thousands. Lots of them made the trip over from northeast Spain. But they're very quiet at this moment in time. Here's Trippier. Trippier with a long sweeping ball looking for Dan Burn. It's a great ball too. Burn chests it down nicely and advances up the pitch, goes backwards where he finds Joelinton back into Bruno. Bruno goes further back where Chow is and he'll go further wide to Trippier. Trippier gets a little bit of presence on him. Little 1-2 played with Bruno and back to Chow. Newcastle controlling the ball nicely here. Here's Burn. Poor from him, but he gets the ball back fortunately. Club Brugge now 2-1 up against Barcelona. And a poor night for Gateshead at York. They're 3 down. Here's Joelinton. Ball in there for Voltemada. Takes it nicely on his instep. And well, that's a terrible pass. An awful pass from Voltemada. And Bilbao can now catch on the break. He played the pass 10 yards behind Bruno. He's trying to get back to make up for his mistake. But ball comes in. Malik Chow heads it away. And it's now with Harvey Barnes. Lays it in then to Bruno. Square to Sven Botman. And he's got lots of space to move into here, Sven. And he's doing just that. Gets to the halfway line. Almost loses it, but a great little touch from Toon Army. Poor pass again from Voltemada. And they're through here. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Down to Voltemada's poor passes. Chow comes across to cover, gets a great position. And the striker blasts it wide. I don't think Pope got a touch on it. Really good defensive work from Chow, though, to close off the angles. Not sure that was actually Voltemada. I think it may have been Gordon with a poor pass. But anyway, great defence from Chow. And I think it's a goal kick. Or did Pope get a foot on it? I'm not sure. Here's a corner, yes. Berenguer takes short once again, gets it back. Can he do a better cross this time? It's a better cross, looking for a header, and he gets the Newcastle one. Edge of the area, blast comes in. It's hit the post, I think, or the bar. Outstanding shot from Adama. And it's come off the angle of post and bar. Unbelievable shot. He hit it at that much pace. No chance Nick Pope would even seen it. He left-footed, blast. Yes, it smacks off the post and come back 20 yards. And it's, oh, good grief, that's so unlucky. But never mind. Bilbao are pressing. That should be a goal kick, and indeed is one. Newcastle play from deep with Malik Chow. Square to his centre-back partner, Sven Botman. Again, back to Chow. Bit of pressure coming on Chow now, so he may just give it to Trippier. He does. Trippier goes down the line where Barnes is. Barnes is waiting for the ball to come to him. Trippier steps in, wins the ball nicely, then loses it, and then gets a tackle in and plays it out for a throw-in. Very bitty, this game. Very bitty. Ball is thrown back by Bilbao, and it's gone all the way back to the keeper, who has orange on, fully decked out in orange. Ball forward. There's Newcastle gain here. There's been a free kick there for a foul on Sven Botman, off it looks like, by Unai Gomez. Looks like he's got a smack in the mouth for his troubles there, Sven. Yeah, he did. He got an elbow in the face. There's nothing in it, I don't think. Sven's okay. And we shall have a free kick, which Sandro's come back to take. Just short the halfway line. Trippier's pushed him away. He wants it. He wants to take it. And Trippier's going to take this long free kick to loft it towards the penalty area where the big men are, waiting for flick-ons. There he goes, looking for the head of somebody, only finds a Bilbao head. Pushing the back there, an obvious one from Bruno. And it's a free kick to Bilbao. Long clearance, looking for Berenguer. It's ahead of him, but it's a really poor header, though. Straight back into the path of Berenguer. Berenguer gets tackled nicely there by Joelinton. The ref gets a free kick. Come on, ref. It's a touch game. Absolutely it is. There's contact allowed in football. It's not bloody... I don't know. There's no foul there. Ref give it. Set piece again, it's going to be lofted in, and Newcastle again will adopt this high line to try and catch them offside. Benton, it's a poor one, but it might fall for them here, doesn't it? It falls for Gordon, who's just swung a boot through it. And then hits it nowhere, really. Just cleared it, where Adala picks it up and goes all the way back to the keeper, who launches it through the centre. Burns there, and he nods it back to Nick Pope. Just... Some people will say that's calm defending. I think it's very lucky. I think if the Bilbao player had been a tad quicker, then I think he'd have got that. Phil Foden's given Man City the lead against Dortmund at home, by the way, in their European Cup tie. Here's Toon Army for Gordon. Gordon again loses the ball. Terrible touch from him. Voltemada steps in. He can't get by. Great bit of play from the Bilbao play there. And the pass inside. Bilbao looking dangerous here. Ball inside. But Malik Chow's got that covered and does remarkably well to shepherd it out. Brilliant defending again from Chow. Once again, Anthony Gordon. Touch was wanting. Yeah, he's not had a good night at the office tonight, Anthony Gordon. Here's Chow. He has Bruno next to him. If he wants to give it to him, he does. Bruno steps back, gives it to Nick Pope. Here's Botman to Chow and further on to Trippier. Bit of pressure coming on here from Bilbao. Trippier goes all the way home to Pope, who's took control of it. Squares it out here to Sven Botman. Burn in front of him. Burn gets tackled. It's the throw into Newcastle. Botman with a nice bit of play to Pope, who clears it first time. Right-footed, or left-footed, I should say. This might fall for Hardy Barnes. It does. Barnes' first touch is horrific. And Bilbao get a foot in. And calmly tidied up by Mr. Byrne there. Now Chow. Tonali. Bruno. Joelinton. Voltemada with a beautiful pass. Barnes lays it back. Gone for the return. That's a poor pass through the middle there from Trippier, I think it was. Easy peasy there for the Bass defence. Long ball from Simon. Winning the air from Chiao. And the ball goes out for a throw into Newcastle, just in the Bilbao half. Well, it's 1-0 Newcastle, but it's hardly been vintage, this, I have to say. There are one or two players who haven't performed at all. Here's one that has. He's with the goal scorer, Mr. Byrne. Now Gordon. First touch sends him back, gives it back to Byrne. Further back to Botman, and we're just getting pushed back here. Pope has it now. He's going to get pressure. Trippier. Trippier stands with the ball and waits and wins a throw-in, I believe. Or does he win a throw-in? Not sure he does. Surely he hasn't just kicked out of play there. Got to be. No, it's a Bilbao throw-in. Really poor that from Trippier. And it's a long throw coming in. Gets a flick on, and Pope will just pick up the pieces there. And he has throwers. If he wants to bowl it out, he's gone for Gordon. It's the same one as he did for Harvey Barnes. Gordon's gone past his fullback. Now he gets it back again in front of him. Gordon going to the byline, trying to get a cross in, gets one in. It's a good cross, but it's just cut out. Joelinton now. Best bit of work Gordon's done. Here's Toon Army. Floats, that's a great ball where Trippy's onside for back post. Must pick up Voltamada! And it's not Voltamada, it's Harvey Barnes, and he's a bit wide. Great move that from Newcastle. Really good move that. Best bit of football we've played in the whole game. Joelinton, Toon Army with a terrific pass. He's offside anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered shite. But it was a nice bit of football, even so. Wouldn't have counted, though. Long clearance from Bilbao onto the head of Toon Army. Voltamada checks it down, only picked up by a Bilbao defender. Adama lays it back to the keeper. Long clearance from Simon, which is won in the air by Chow yet again. Bilbao pick up the rebound though. Almost come back to us, but they do pick it up, Bilbao. A ball over the top, which, well, Chow will get there first. Pope comes out to cover anyway. And safety first, clears out for throwing. Good goalkeeping from Nick Pope. Throw's taken, they've gone backwards. Nice bit of play, but Bruno steps in. Ball comes in then to Voltamada. Voltamada's trying to do too much here, and he's lost the ball. Has he won a free kick? He may have done. I think he has. I think he's won a free kick. Well, of course he has. He was side down from the Bilbao player there. Here's Chow. Ball out from Anthony Gordon. It's a beautiful one. Good control from Gordon this time. Two men on him straight away, but he's going for in between the two and loses it. But at least this time he's trying to take someone else. A terrible pass. Newcastle can win it. Give it back to Gordon again. He might have another go. Here he goes. Steps inside. Good play from Joelinton and Burns to win the ball back there. Joelinton plays it square for Malik Chow in the centre circle. Plays it wide where Kieran Trippier can join in. Trippier down the line. Well, it's not. It's in between actually for Barnes, who's now laid it wide. Cross comes in. Look for Voltamada! And he's put it wide. And Erling Haaland has scored for Man City 2-0. Great move from Newcastle. Great cross from Trippier. And Voltamada in the air just couldn't get enough on it. And he's just paved it wide. Deflected it wide, I should say. Probably thinks he could do better with that. But it's a beautiful move. Good football. But at least we're getting Mr. Voltamada involved a little bit tonight. Here's Trippier, lovely little ball for Toon Army. Nice play from Newcastle to free Dan Burn. He can give it to Gordon in front of him if he so wishes, but instead Dan Burn decided to gallop ahead with it. Just lay it square to Gordon. And the ball, I think, has been punctured. And the ref stopped play as we won the attack there. So just got the ball to Sandro Toon Army, and we shall continue with play. Toon Army plays it for Malik Chow. Wide then for Trippier. Trippier comes back to Chow. Two-man press that Bilbao are attempting to play, maybe a three-man. But Newcastle are getting deeper and deeper here. It's going to go back to Pope. And there's pressure coming on Pope now. He plays it square for Botman. Botman goes through the middle where Toon Army picks it up. Now to Burn. Burn with the ball over the top looking for Voltamada. Good control from him. Really good control from Voltamada. Toon Army and him getting each other's way, but Toon Army just tied it up. Poor pass from him though. And Bilbao can get the ball back, and they do. Not a bit of play from Voltamada there, but him and Toon Army did get in each other's way. Ball over the top. looking for the left winger. Trippier's up there with him. It's Berenguer. He swapped sides, it looks like, at the minute. He's got an overlapping Adama. Plays it back. And further back. And Bilbao just wanted a bit of possession at the precise moment in time. Now they're coming down the other side. Nothing happened, folks. I mean, they're just Bilbao just trying to find a gap to play through, really. Trying to draw us out. That might work. A little ball over the top to this far side where Nick Pope decided to come out and, well, he does get there eventually, but he did a little bit at first. One was plums in one month for a second there. He was kind of, I need to kick this. And in the end, he did. Long throw going to come in here from, I think his name's Gexo or something like that. He's fooled everyone, gone short, and the ball back to him was behind him. And let's throw into Newcastle. Dreadful, that. Dan Burn with a throw then for Newcastle United. Looks for Voldemar, doesn't get anywhere near him. Tonali then wins the second ball, but it's out for throwing. I can't get over that Bilbao manager's hooter. It's huge. Anyway, Bilbao building from deep. Simon's played out to the centre half. Then he's gone to the left winger. He's getting pressed from Trippier. Trippier wins it, gives it to Barnes. Nice step from Barnes. Nice, did well there, Barnes, but then lost out. Tried to do a little bit too much. Bruno couldn't reclaim the ball. And Bilbao now have a ball to his left-hand side, our left-hand side. But they've switched it the other way, unfortunately for us. And they're going down their left-hand side. But again, they could be switching again. No one's pressing the ball here. They're just allowing them to play at the minute. It's just a Voldemar almost won that back. Good little ball for the middle, though. Good turn from the Bilbao player, but it's been robbed. And Dan Burn now to do a bit of defending. Right next to the goal line. Just plays it calmly in for Chow. Now Bruno. He spreads it wide for Trippier. He's got lots of room to run into here. Great play that from Newcastle to get out of prison there. Trippier has it. He's going to have to come back. And he does his Bruno. Bruno with a little flick inside 1-2 with Tonali. Bruno floats it over to Anthony Gordon. It's a great ball. Gordon, well, it seemed like the defender knew what he was doing more than Anthony Gordon did. But it's a poor clearance. Good press from Gordon. And now it's with Tonali. Well played from Tonali. He's fouled there. We'll have a free kick for that one, referee. Yeah, a bit over exuberant there from the number 23 Bilbao there. Probably would have lost the ball if he hadn't made a tackle, but at the end of the day, he's gone through with it and tackled Tonali and gives a free kick. In a very dangerous area, I would say, as well. It's don't think it's shooting angle, but it's about 30 yards from goal on the left-hand angle of the penalty area. Burn, Botman, Chow, they're all there. Voldemar, of course. Joelinton. Bruno's getting himself involved in that melee in them players. Burn's trying to organise some sort of line that Trippier's come across to take it. It'll be an in-swinger. With his right foot. Here he goes. Cross comes in, looking for a little flick. It's overhit and goes out for a goal kick. Good idea, just slightly overhit. We're leading 1-0, but it's not been the greatest game, I've got to say. It's been... It's definitely not Champions League quality. That's all I'll say about it. Joelinton tries to play it in behind, and here goes Gordon, but that fullback's got a bit of pace about him. And he gets to the ball before Gordon, lays it back to the keeper. Good leap there from Dan Burn. Good little flick on also, but once again, Gordon's second best of the ball. Should get this one though, and he's tackled. Their right back has got lots and lots of pace, I have to say. He's matching Mr. Gordon for pace, and that's not something you see often. Here's Joelinton, squares it calmly for Chow. Chow for Barnes. Barnes has Trippier behind him in support, gives it to him. Now back to Chow, and further back to Sven Botman, who's got a lot of room to move into now if he so wishes to. And he does. Gets on his bike, plays a ball through the middle for looking for Voltemada. Good first switch from him, lays it back to Burn. Gives it back to Voltemada on the left wing. It's not where he wants to be. And he plays it back into Chow. And Newcastle can finally get forward. Trippier. Once again, the press comes on from Bilbao and Newcastle forced backwards again. Botman to Burn trying to, he did well there, really. He took a player out the game there and laid it back to Sven Botman, who swung it across the other side of the pitch and then nodded calmly back from Trippier into the arms of Nick Pope. Here's Botman. Has Joelinton to his left here. Gives it to him. Joelinton will first touch. Now it's into Gordon. It's not Gordon, in fact, it's Dan Burn who's got very advanced. A little bit of keep ball. And it goes back to his friend Botman. This is very negative, I have to say, from Newcastle. Here's Bruno picking up just in front of his penalty area. Plays it into Trippier. Chiao, sorry. Back to Poe. We're going to get caught out here at some point. Here's Trippier. Now Chiao. Bruno. Good ball. Bard's got space to move into now. God, that Adama is rapid. He caught him up so easily there. Here's Bruno looking for Gordon. It's a great ball. He's overhit it. He's overhit it. It was for Joelinton, in fact. Which is a shame because Joelinton had made a lovely little run to get into some space. He's completely unmarked. And generally, Bruno would find that pass, but he hasn't in that occasion. Goal kick to Bilbao, which has been hoofed. He's got a long kick on him, Simon. Dan Burn tidies up there. That's going to should fall for Gordon. Doesn't know. And this fullback's running at him and going past him, and Gordon gets a deflection in. Good defensive work from Gordon that time, tracking back. So it will be a corner to Bilbao. Excuse-moi. Berenguer with the corner. He's had minimal impact in this game. I expected more from him today. Anyway, corner comes in and Pope comes out and claims it wonderfully well. And is going for the throw also. Trippier. Ball down the line looking for the run of... Can he keep that in? Yes, he can. It's Harvey Barnes, I think. Ball inside is offside there. There was a foul after that, but the ref decided he's offside. He's miles offside. We've played on, and Anthony Gordon managed to sky it with the flags up anyway. Which could have been given 20 minutes ago when he was originally offside. Gordon's down injured, incidentally. Don't know if that's embarrassment or what. This ball here, this is where the offside comes. It's delayed everything, didn't he? Barnes. It was then kind of necessarily hacked down. In the end, the ball came to Gordon, just followed it over, and he's gone down in embarrassment, I think. Hasn't been hit by anybody. Jacob Murphy's about to come on, in fact. So is Gordon injured, or is he pretending to be injured? But he's I don't think he's staying on, because I think Murphy's coming on. fact, Gordon's shaking hands with his opposing fullback. And he's getting a rapturous round of applause, Gordon, from the fans. I don't know what they've seen that we haven't, but I think he's coming off, you know. And in fact, Jacob Murphy has approached. He's on the pitch now. Barnes will go to the left. Murphy to the right, I imagine. They have real pace down their fullback flanks, though, and maybe Alanga was the right choice, but we'll see. Murphy nods it on, looking for Voltemada. Voltemada can't keep that in. It'd be a throw into Bilbao just inside our half. Here's Bilbao trying to play over the top through the middle. It's a long ball to nobody. Trippier covers it, nods it back nicely to Pope. Good calm defending there from the former England international. Ball is bowled out to Tonali. Has Dan Burn in front of him, and Barnes has gone, and Burns played the pass. Joelinton's also in that space. Can Joelinton get through it? Joelinton! Great save, Simon. Joelinton! He's missed an open goal, for Christ's sake. How on earth has he missed that? Oh my God, there's nobody in the net. And Joelinton manages to put it over it. Holy shamoly. Great play to get us free there. Joelinton stepped in. The ball was for Barnes, but Joelinton stepped in, did remarkably well. Simon got a foot to it, but it ran straight to Joelinton. Nobody in the goal, and he's put it over the bloody net. Good Lord. Yeah, remember this bloke used to play number 9 for us. I think we know where he isn't now. Anyway, Newcastle at this precise moment playing a little bit better, but Voltemada loses out there in a quite kind of dangerous place. It's in that final third. It looks like it was handball from Joelinton anyway. So that was Sperry's blushes. In a minute, the winger's going up against Voltemada on the far side. He's come back to try and rectify the mistake. Cross comes in, and it's over everyone's head and into the back of the stands there. In front of the stands, should say. It's the goal kick to Newcastle. Couple of minutes to half time. I guess we'll have a little bit of injury time. Here's Botman for Newcastle. Long ball, looking for Voltemada. Although it's Murphy that's come across to help. And Newcastle will regain this here with Tonali. A little lift forward as a foul there, ref. Oh, come on. Anyway, we're going to win the throw because it's a horrific pass from the Bilbao defender. It's already been taken. Bruno lays it back to Chow. Now Botman, centre of the pitch. Back to Chow. A little bit of pressure on him. First time ball for Tonali. Then into Bruno. Bruno did really well. I think Murphy would have been offside there had the ball got through to him. But again, Bilbao lose the ball. First time touch to Barnes. Beautiful one too. Here's Barnes. Inside for Joelinton. Barnes goes to return. Barnes plays it back. There's a foul there, referee. Here's Tonali. We want the free kick. He's not going to give us it. He thinks we've still got advantage. Here's Tonali. Cross comes in. It's cut out the near post, and the free kick never came, which should have done because it's a great shooting opportunity. Joelinton tried to win the ball back. Almost did, but didn't. And now they can break, and Joelinton is busting the gut to get back goal side. And Dan Burn steps in. Good play on Joelinton. Been impressed with Joelinton today, I have to say. Apart from when he's trying to shoot for goal. Just give us the free kick, ref. I mean, that's ridiculous that he played advantage there. There was no bloody advantage. Anyhow, there's Bilbao with the ball. Oh, nearly scuffed it to the keeper, but the keeper does get it and clears it. Majestic lead from Botman into the feet of Joelinton. No, it's not Joelinton, it's Tonali, who's manhandled at the back. And we'll get a free kick. There's been 2 minutes of added on time. I'm not going to put it on the screen because I can't be asked. I will do for the end of the second half, though. And it's at the minute, it's Murphy chasing the ball down that right wing. He's still putting pressure on it. Simon, who clears it. Flicked on, Dunbar will get there first and just lay it back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope has all the team in the world. He had to play it to Trippier. Just do. Now Trippier. Could play that for Murphy. Try to do too much so, but does win a throw in. So it's been an interesting first half, although very, 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 very boring. Boring. It's not been the greatest game in the world, I have to say, but we have the lead, and that's all that matters, really. Inter Milan have taken the lead against Cairo Almaty with a Lautaro Martinez goal very late in the first half there. Here's Dan Burn. Back to Sven Botman. And now square. And further square to Trippier. Newcastle just trying to play out time here, I think. Here's Chow. Good ball. First touch there was horrific. I think it's Murphy. Maybe Bruno. But it was horrific, whoever it was. I think it's Bruno, in fact. Really poor first touch from him. And Bilbao will play out the last 10 seconds in the first half. Are they going to try and get a goal? Of course they are. Ball for the middle. Botman does well. And the ball is back with Nick Pope. And that should just about do it, folks, for half time. And indeed it does. 1-0 Newcastle. Very interesting game. I need to go and do this. And get rid of that. And come back. Right, folks, I shall be back in 2 minutes. I need to go and have a Wazaruni, but I won't be very long. Enjoy yourselves while you're waiting. Back and refreshed. It's Newcastle 1, Bilbao 0. That's not been the greatest of first half, but here we go. We have a NUFC Ollie's been member for 30 months. Dan Burn to Eddie Howe is Harry Kane to Southgate. Must play every game. Well, it's a good job he's playing today, Ollie. Otherwise we wouldn't be leading, would we? Got to give him credit for that goal because it was an absolute belt of a header. I agree with Chris Milne here. It's an interesting point, but it's a good one. Bruno has rushed back. Fair play to him, but he's too lethargic. I agree. He looks devoid of any kind of energy, doesn't he? I agree. James Birch says, we are winning. And that's the main thing, but it's hard to watch and you would never feel comfortable. Exactly, I do agree. I do agree. C15 is very optimistic at the best times. Everyone in this chat would like a 1-0. Let's not get ahead or too negative. Yes, I agree with that. The results are most important. Kieran says, hey, I found out today we have a lot of money to spend in January, so I'm well happy if it comes true. Well, we shall see. We shall see. January market's not generally the time to spend. But yeah, we do have money apparently. Kevin says, so many players out of form, shite. It's not been the greatest for the first half. Ben says, to be fair, Bilbao will have injuries, but we have Tino and Hall and Wissa and Asula injured and Gordon, and most are ill. Well, Silva's on the bench, so he's all right at the moment. But there you go. Need to be scoring from these runs and chances. I hope Volt stays on. I think he will, personally. Go, Loco. Down and up a ball. Go. Bruno, Joelinton, Gordon. Joelinton hasn't been awful, mate. That's absolute nonsense. I think Joelinton's probably had his best game for a long time. George, I think we're playing decent, just not sharp enough going forward. Yes, I agree. Barry Down Under, Baz Down Under, sorry, says JF7 has been involved playing forward. I agree. I think he's had a good game first half. Legend Killer, 1 attempt on target. Yes, it ain't great. Thank you very much, Laura. Appreciate that. Big Billy hugs to you. Thank you very much. Very nice of you. CJ says the lads all look like they've some illness which is stopping their energy. It's strange that you say that, but I can't disagree with you. There's not a lot of energy in the team at all. When I saw Gordon just looking slow against the fullback, it kind of made me think maybe he's got the dose of the 2-bob bits as well. But Lumsey saying people saying Eddie Howe needs to grow up. I think that's a fair comment at the moment. Not to say that I won't revisit it at some point in the future if needs be, but this precise moment in time, I think it'd be a mad thing to do. Keith says Bilbao had 15 minutes, otherwise they did nothing for the second half of the first half. 0 threat. So should the Bilbao manager be sacked? Or we're going to talk about their performance. Yeah, they've been shit as well, to be fair. It's a fair point, Bob. Keith, sorry. Bob, who was mentioned before, still struggling. Same tactics, same outcome. Well, no, not really, because we're winning 1-0. Cushy says, I've been to Siphon the Python. Correct, I just did. And very pleasurable it was too. Distracted Hodgson, I should say. I do apologise. Says, surely Eddie seen that Gordon was not fit. Barnes on left is an instant difference. He should have rested him. There's been too many opportunities for goals in this game. Yes, I guess so. I don't think Gordon looked anything like his usual self. Or did he? I mean, is his usual self that nonsense crap performance? Because nothing went right from tonight. Legend Killer says we're playing shit football. It's not the greatest game in the world. Bending Johnson says we look poor, but class goal. Yes, it was a good goal. Me8 says was a Rooney. C15, who can't wait to bump about Dan Burn. Dan Burn has been different. He has in the goal scoring stakes, mate. You're quite right. And to be fair to him, he had a bad game tonight. Simon says the lads have got a touch of Liverpool's about them at the minute. Yeah. Ilmatic, and this is a good point too. Maybe winning because of Burns' header, but this kind of shiz tactics and performance is not sustainable. I think you're right, mate. I do think you're right. Paul says Chiao keeps passing back. I don't think he does. Kev Bell, another one that's picked up on Bruno's, should we say, lack of energy? Because that's exactly what it's been. He's trying, but I don't think he's got it in him. The last touch from Bruno was symptomatic, awful. You know, he shouldn't be playing if he's got the illness. Keith says some of the comments are so thick or disingenuous, I wonder. You pay him when he takes a choice. Loki says, grateful for the commentary, Billy, not on TV in my part of the world. Well, we do every single game on this channel, Loki, as probably you all know. Come hell or high water, we managed to bring you the commentary to every single game and have done for, 3 or 4 years now. Yeah, so we are the channel for Matchday Live. There's no other channel anywhere near on our scale of quality or quantity, and also with our fantastic fan base or community is a better word, fan base. What am I talking about? Do you know who I am? With our community, it's just a fantastic experience, our Matchday Lodge, because all the chat getting together, they could be criticising, they could be cheering. It's great, whichever way it is. And so you're in the right place, mate. Absolutely, you are. Connor says we've got a goal, but we're being sloppy. I can see a goal coming, just like the Fulham game. Well, we'll see. Alan says buying players in the January window is a serious worry if they are anything like Elanga and Wissa. We haven't seen Wissa yet, mate. It's hard to criticise him at the moment. We look very nervous when we get there near their box. Panic stations ensue. That is, I do agree with that. But you can't really criticise Wissa. He's injured. He's not pulled on his shirt yet. He might just be the missing link. The Elanga one's more concerning. I agree with you. Steve Evans says Bruno isn't fit and shouldn't be on the pitch. Big Joe is terrible. We need Ramsey on. Big Joe hasn't been terrible tonight, mate. No, he hasn't. He's been good tonight. Oh, I say good. He's been a lot better. Eddie putting Gordon on with an injury. Seems like it. Anyway, we are not far away from the second half kickoff, I don't think. Marlin Bill says we are crap against the high press. Stick Eye says that Bruno too much lost the ball too easy this season and at dangerous moments. Well, he does the extraordinary stuff, doesn't he? Links Rainbow says, why is Bruno on when he wasn't even fit to train yesterday? Interesting point. Sugg says, it's not good, is it, Billy? No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. I think the result is more important, I guess. Anyway, just going through looking at comments, see if there's anything different being said. We're about to go to the second half commentary, I do believe. LG says after the international break, hopefully Tino, Hall and Wiss are back. Yes, I agree with that. And I think they'll look different then, won't they? I think in general, just the general attitude of people and fans and even the squad, I guess, will be increased. Yeah. Yes, there you go. I like coffee. Please check out the Toon Review website for the core merchandise. Link is in the description. And it is also here. So if you want to scan the QR code there, I'll take you straight to the Toon Review website where all the drinkware, t-shirts, beanies, hats, whatever you want is on there. And if you fancy buying something for Christmas round the corner, maybe that's the place to be. So I'll leave it on there for a couple of minutes, and if you want to scan that, away you can. And we have another batch of bombs. I do feel like I'm living in Beirut tonight. And I do feel sorry for all the pets that don't like this kind of thing this time of year. But it's been going on for hundreds of years, I guess, isn't it? So there we go. That's the Toon Review QR code. If you want to scan that in the last 30 seconds there, I'll keep it up. It will take you through to the Toon Review website where you can get your attire, Newcastle Toon Review wise, hoodies, t-shirts, beanies, woolly hats, etc., drinkware, angle grinders, riding hats, whatever. It's not Lidl. Anyway, that's the QR code for that. Asula is ruled out, but he's on the bench, mate. I'm pretty sure he's on the bench. And let's have a look. Just quickly go to this. Yeah, he's on the bench, mate. Yeah, he is. He's on the bench. Or he's in the the official team sheet's bench. Whether he's not there now, I don't know, but he's on this bench. He's Thompson, Ramsdale, Hall, Share, Kraft, Asula, Alanga, Murphy, Willock, Alex Murphy, Ramsey, Miley. Yeah, he's on the bench. Unless he's not on it now. Which I guess could be true. But I can't see him getting injured before the game if he's not even in the team. Anyway, the teams are coming back on the pitch now. And it doesn't look like there's any changes for Newcastle. I would say their kit's mint green. Bilbao kit, the colour. Mint green, yes. They're now approaching the pitch and just coming out the tunnel at St James's Park. It's a nice colour, to be fair. There's Eddie Howe, who comes out behind the Bilbao team. Obviously pleased with the scoreline. Probably less pleased with the performance. We'll want to see more from the team, I imagine, second half. Graham Jones having a chat with the Bilbao manager, so obviously they know each other. Which is interesting, I guess. Maybe he's a friend of Martinez's. Because he used to work in the Martinez, didn't he? Maybe it's something to do with him. We will never know. Nor will we care. Anyway, Newcastle United are about to kick off the second half, kicking towards the Gallagate. I'm just going to get in a more comfortable position. Oh, yeah, bastard. And when we're off, we're off. You'll see when the clock goes. Hopefully we'll get the refreshes this half. There we go. We're off. And we're back with you folks. Long ball from the looking for Harvey Barnes, who heads it on. Voltavada will challenge for this. Doesn't win it, though. And Bilbao will clear it. And deflected off the head of Dan Burn for a throw into Bilbao. On that far side of the pitch, the left-hand side as Newcastle look. Dan Burn side, a long throw in. Trying to get it in behind Dan Burn. Didn't say Dan Botman, but in fact it was Sven Botman who come across and covered. And that'll be another throw in for Bilbao. Another long one, looking for... Well, the referee's given something there that I think he took it from the wrong place. So he's making him take it again. Not sure that's the rules, but there you go. He's got his thrown backwards this time. And they're trying to break for us again, but this time Barnes steps in. And again, Bilbao do win the ball back, and it's through the middle it goes. Long distance shots, which is wide of the goal. And Nick Pope allows it to roll wide. Shot coming in from Unai G. Pulled off his right boot, well wide of the target. Newcastle looking like they're going to play it out from the back. And it's with Botman, long sweeping ball looking for Murphy. It's over his head. We'll go out for a throw. And in the second half, it started off in very much the same way as the first did. Oh, dear me. Dan Crespin says, "Where's your partner in crime?" Great commentary. He's in the Leeds then, mate. He's gone to that game today. Throw to Bilbao, which is Adama takes and gets it back off his mate. Back inside for the centre back. Forward comes good defender from Chow to just ease the Bilbao striker out of the way. Had a really good game again, Malik Chow. He really has. Trippier plays it back to Malik Chow. It's just calm and just seems to be an excellent signing for us. He really does. His centre half partner, Botman, and now Chow again. Chow with a long raking ball to the far side of the pitch for Barnes. He can then just keep it in. Poor header from... No, it's a good header, in fact, and Newcastle can come away with Tonali. Good ball, Bruno. Good ball again. Here's Murphy, far side of the pitch. Cross comes in. Deflected, just come to the far side where Barnes will have a dig. It's blocked. Back it comes from though. Barnes gets it back. We have another go. Goes one player, crosses it in, looking for the header. It's a goal! And it's J7! It's Joelinton with a fantastic header. 2-0 Newcastle. And here comes Granny. I'll say that. Great play from Newcastle United. Harvey Barnes really did well there. He had a shot, it was blocked. It got back to him. Second time around, he decided to cross it. It's a lovely ball from Murphy out to Barnes in the first place, actually. The first shot was blocked, but then he decided to go at the full-backs. He did. Dinked out a beautiful little cross. So a wonderful header from Joelinton. Got a lot of power behind it, despite him being slightly behind him. And Joelinton's justifying his selection again with a fantastic header. Really good goal, that. 2-0 Newcastle. And J7's on the score sheet. And hopefully that can kick on his season a little bit. Jude says, what were we saying about J7? Well, certainly not me. I've been sticking up for him tonight. Joelinton on his knees in front of the Gallagate, celebrating with his fans and our fans. And there's a young lady there with a Joelinton scarf. He's very much loved amongst the Newcastle United brethren and sisterhood. Here's Botman, who's covering on this side. We'll get a clearance in. Not the greatest in the world. Just full for Bilbao player halfway through the half. But it's robbed down. Brilliant bit of play, that. It's Chow. And Chow's gone bollocking forward as well. Here's Barnes. Barnes will just calm things down. Goes back to Byrne. Now Botman. And now a swift ball over to Trippier. Murphy picks it up from him. A bit slow on the uptake there, Jacob Murphy. Nick Voltemade went for the original ball. It was deflected away from him. And then he deflected near him again. He was on the floor and he tried to dive, getting it back. It was very comical to look at. Goal kick to Newcastle anyway. A bit of a pinball. 20 yards from goal and it went behind. Five attempts, 3 on target for Newcastle. 5 attempts, 1 on target for Bilbao. At this precise moment in time, 50 minutes, nearly 51 minutes in. Long ball from Botman. It was a beautiful one too. Trippier takes on his chest. Tries to play in behind the Dime, but the Dime was too quick for that. But Trippier does brilliantly to win it back. Murphy's got 3 men on him and wins the throw-in. And Kieran Trippier's had a good game tonight as well, I have to say. That rest has done him the world of good. I think Kieran's gearing up for a long throw in here. It's not really his forte. But that's what it's looking like. In fact, he doesn't. He goes to throw into Bruno, who's laid it back. Cross comes in from Trippier. Only onto a Bilbao header there. Cleared. And Bilbao are on a break, but, well, it's Malik Chow who's gone back to cover. In fact, it was Joelinton with a fantastic bit of play. Here's Harvey Barnes. Back to Malik Chow. Ball for the middle there for Toon Army. Great ball there, dummied by Bruno. Gives it to Murphy. Cross comes in. It's a great cross. It's cut out by the Bilbao defender, Vivian. And it goes out for a corner kick. A wonderful cross in there from Murphy. And Vivian had to be at full stretch to get it out. Absolutely, he did. Maybe he's waiting for Rick and Neil to come in at the far post rather now. Oh, dear. That's a bloody good clearance, Rick. Anyway, it's going to be a corner kick to Newcastle. Vivian goes to Malik Chow. For this corner kick, again, the artillery's lumbered itself forward. Byrne, Chow, Botman, Joelinton, Voltemade, of course. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from Toon Army. Pressure will be on Simon here. Voltemade is trying to get some space, but he's being manhandled. lots of physical contact going on in the box in a minute. Bruno's also getting involved in it. It's come away from the goal there. Burnt at the far post, nods it back. Here it comes in! Good save, Simon. It was a header from Botman. Yeah, good corner from Newcastle. Dan Burn nodded it back against goal. Good head from Botman. But unfortunately, he couldn't head it downwards. And Simon was in the right position to catch it. Here is Simon now after being passed back to, and there's pressure coming in now to get around it nicely. And it's Adamo who's got pace to burn down this right flank for them. Little back flick around the back of Dan Burn, who's somehow on the right wing, but got a tackle in. Although Ricochet did fall for Bilbao that occasion, and they're still coming forward. Dan Burn still in the right back position. Bruno steps in, wins the ball back. Here's Burn. Murphy farting around and wins the throw-in. Here's Kieran Trippier orchestrating things. As I said earlier, he's had a very good game tonight. Here's Chow. Oh, he steps inside the defender and then floats the ball to the far side of the pitch where Dan Burner waits. Takes it down his left and then just knocks it inside to Botman. But it's Malik Chow. Oh, God, grief. He can't get the Germany side at the minute, but they must have some centre-halves if he can't get in, I have to say. Here he is again to Trippier. Back to Botman. Very calm play from Newcastle here. Gaining a bit of space to move into here for Botman. Botman again plays it for Malik Chow. Chow has Trippier to his right and plays it to him. Trippier goes long, looking for the run of Joelinton, who's running off the ball fantastically, running in behind Voltemada. It's what I wanted to see him do all season long, and he's doing it with abundance tonight. Unfortunately, the pass was overhit, and Bilbao can start again, but this time Tonali wins it. Tonali with the ball through the middle of Voltemada, laid back. Bruno has it now. Got no support out to his left, so goes for the middle where Barnes has picked it up. Barnes lays it back. Here's Bruno again. Ball comes in. It's a great ball. Burn in the box. There he went for goal there, and he probably should have squared it across. Delusions of grandeur there from the big man. For a minute, he thought he was Marco van Basten. Unfortunately, he's not. He's onside. Instead of laying it across goal, he decided to shoot. Although it was in a similar sort of area of the pitch to what he scored against Leicester, so I guess he's had memories of that day and tried the same thing again. But yeah, he's got to lay that across goal. There's three men waiting for the ball there. Majestic leap there from Botman, wins it. Voltemada does well. He's held back. Must be a free kick. And indeed it is. Foul by Paredes. And Voltemada didn't like the way he'd been treated there. Yellow card coming out here. And it's for Paredes, the centre-back of Atletico Madrid. Bilbao. Sorry, Bilbao. Yeah, he's hacking away at him there, and in the end he fouls him. Grabs him around the waist. It's just a complete and it's a ridiculous challenge. He's been booked for it. The number 4 for Bilbao. And the first time I've actually seen Nick lose his cool. Man City are 3 up now against Dortmund. And Phil Foden has his second of the evening. Trippier with a free kick then for Newcastle. Again, it's that high line. He goes short. Floated in from Chow to the far side of the pitch where it's come to Barnes. Inside there. This gives a chance for Newcastle. Oh, it's poor in the end. It's even poorer. It was Chow, in fact, who gnawed it up, but they've kicked it out of play for a throw into Newcastle. Here is Malik Chow, leaves it for Tonali. Goes back to Botman. Much better second half performances from Newcastle, I have to say. Much better. Much better. Voltemada flicks it wide from Murphy. Murphy tried a really, really optimistic ball and it's deflected. And Bilbao can catch us here. Although Trippier steps in with the experience Just knew where the ball was going to be and did really well. Played a good ball too. First time the ball goes wide for Barnes. Got loads of space to run into here. Fast on the pitch. Here goes Harvey Barnes. Little ball inside for Joelinton. Joelinton looking for another ball. Far side looking for a great ball. This. So Murphy, can he keep it in? He can. First time cross. It's a ball when it goes out of the area, but tonight he just get a flick to it. And Newcastle maintain possession. Here's Byrne. And now Harvey Barnes. Byrne goes on the overlap eventually. He comes back inside to Bruno, who looks much better second half. Joelinton, a bit of a breakdown in communications there. Joelinton went for the ball back to Barnes. Under hits it, and Barnes wasn't running for it anyway. And again, the press is on for Newcastle. We win it back. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And here's Kieran Trippier. Back to Malik Chow. Now to Sven Botman. Wide it goes to Dan Byrne. Back to Sven Botman. Chow. Trippier to Murphy. Poor touch that from Murphy, but I think Newcastle going to win a free kick there, which was really poor free kick to give away because we'd lost the ball there, and the Bilbao midfielder just pushed Bruno over, ridiculously so, because he wasn't going to hit the ball. Very poor from them. Free kick's already been taken. It's on the far side of the pitch with Harvey Barnes. Inside for Voltemar. That goes for the return. This might fall for... Actually, it was a 1-2 with Byrne. I didn't see the long sleeves of Voltemar under his shirt. It was Byrne with a little 1-2. Here's Chow. Switches the angle. Goes back to Botman. Botman goes forward. Wide he goes. Dan Byrne. Tonali to Byrne again. Do they get down that side? They do, but in the end, Bilbao do get the ball off Newcastle finally. Although they almost lose it again. And the panic stations here, Bilbao, and they just give the ball straight back to us. Joelinton. Now Bruno. Murphy stepped inside, loses out. And Trippier, who'd gone on a massive gallivant forward, has now got to get back. Good press, though, coming in from Newcastle. We're winning the ball back. Does he give a free kick this time? He does against Bruno. Barcelona have equalised in Bruges, Lamine Yamal in the 61st minute. Unai Simon comes out to take this free kick. Galatasaray have taken the lead in Ajax. Victor Osimhen for them. Newcastle fans are in full voice. Very much enjoying things tonight. Long free kick comes in. It's nodded away. Bilbao do get the next one, but Malik Chow with a super header. Great strength from Joelinton. Brilliant from Joelinton. He's got Barnes to his left. Goes to Barnes. Barnes running onto it. Going to cut inside and shoot it, surely. It goes on the outside and slips on the ball and loses it. Once again, brilliant from Joelinton. Brilliant. And now Botman wins the ball back. In fact, it's Dan Byrne. Is that Byrne? I'm sure it is. Here's Barnes anyway. Here's Botman now. Good ball into Dan Byrne. Now Barnes. Try to get it back to Dan Byrne, but to throw into to Bilbao. They're really struggling to get out here, Bilbao. Really struggling. They can't handle the pressure. We've got a £5 super chat from Calvin. Personally, I wouldn't have brought Murphy on. I'd have brought on Elanga. It's crying out for balls over the top for him to chase. A 199 from Laura. Thank you very much. Billy, you're awesome. Keep up the amazing work. Love you. Thank you very much. Chris Snaith, big Dan Byrne, Roberto Carlos couldn't bend their head like that. Away the lads. £5 super chat from Peter Garthwaite. I think the difference is that we have been found out in the Prem but not in Champions League. Maybe. Roy Bryant's been a member for 12 months. Hope we can grab an early goal second half and settle the game down. Set out for the win. We did that. Brilliant. Spikes' passing was still sloppy at that moment. And Ian Fleming, £5 super chat. Not two players on a particular score tonight. And great job on the commentary, buddy. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate that, buddy. There's Mr. Shearer in the crowd, looking very happy with life at this precise moment in time. Well, Dan Burn at the minute is sitting on his arse. Don't know if he's injured or what. Sven Botman's gone over to console with him. He's having a little drink. And he has some excuse to show his first goal. That header has actually got literal bend on it. Really has curved it in. Dan Burn's back to his feet. Whether he's going off or not, I don't know. Well, Lewis Moyes coming on. So is Lewis Hall. And so is Anthony Elanga. So 3 changes about to be made. Going to give Lewis Hall the last 30 odd minutes, I guess. I imagine it'll be Elanga for Barnes. Moyley for Bruno, I imagine. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions here. Bruges have taken the lead against Barcelona again, and Leverkusen taking the lead in Benfica. Patrick Schick. Dan Burn is coming off. And that'll be for Lewis Hall. Straight swap. Gives all corners of the ground a big clap. And off he trots. Looks okay. Lewis Hall comes on for him. Great to see Lewis back. Bruno's the one that's leaving for Moyley. And he once again claps the Gallagher and the Milburn stand. And Harvey Barnes also clapping everybody. So looks like it's going to go onto the left of the window here. Will it be Elanga? Elanga for Barnes, Moyley for Bruno, and of course Lewis Hall for Big Dad Burn. That substitution took quite a while. So, yeah, a couple of minutes. Anyhow, it is with Bilbao. They have a throw in quite hot the pitch, to be fair, about 20 yards outside the area, right hand side as they go. So now he plays it back to Botman, chip over the top. Not the greatest ball from Tonali, that. Voltemade is putting pressure on now, so they are going backwards, and here comes Murphy to put a bit of pressure on. Ooh, Moyley almost intercepted that. And in fact, did get a foot in the end. Here's Lewis Hall. In fact, left was a free kick. Bollocks of a decision, that one. Absolute nonsense decision. For those wanting to see Elanga left, that's exactly where he's gone. Ball in behind there. And I think he's taken it out of play. He's given a goal kick. Yeah, great defence there from Sven. Great defending from Sven Botman now. And here is the aforementioned Dutchman, Sven Botman. Floats a beautiful pass to Murphy. Inch perfect. Murphy checks it down, but gives the ball away. Terrible pass. Left Trippier in a whole load of shite. But he did win the ball back in a throw-in. Good harrowing back there from Jacob Murphy. Bilbao about to make some changes, by the way. Long floated ball there from Tonali to the far side where Elanga chests it down. And he's going to go on his bike. He's got Hall on the outside of him. Real pace down this left-hand side. Elanga forgets to take the ball with him, but does win it back and then gives it straight back to a Bilbao player. 2-0 to Galatasaray and Ajax. Victor Osman with his second. And there is Willa Suda. He's not on the bench. Even though he was named on it, he sat in the crowd. So people are right, he's not on the bench. Maybe he's got a dose of the 2-bob bits. Maybe he's been in trap 3 the first half. Atalanta take lead in Marseille. A goal from Ademola Lookman. Joelinton with a great bit of play, but he's in the end, he's given the ball away. The ball comes through, but it's well intercepted. Botman, so it's Chow, all the way back home to Nick Pope. Nick Pope with the long clearance, looking for Murphy. Murphy's beaten in the air. Tonight he let the ball bounce there, but did get a lovely little header to Botman there. Botman with a poor pass, it's cut out. And this is dangerous for Bilbao. Stepped in lovely there from Lewis Miley. And Lewis Hall has it now. Hall, wide for Ilanga, inside there to Joelinton. Almost a great ball for Hall there. But there's a free kick to Newcastle here for a late tackle. To Newcastle, a race has been booked. And what's he been booked for? Did he leave it in on Ilanga? Yes, he did. He knew we were beating him, so he just grabbed him and bugger tackled him down. And here come the Bilbao subs. Excuse me. Well, they're going to have to put this on the captions, because I ain't got a clue who they are. Both Bilbao players did clap their fans on their way off. So, go on, get some captions then so we know who's coming on and who's went off. Well, the players off are Navarro and Johnny Guizar, and on is Serrano and Salton Sanchez. There we go. Good defensive work that from Joelinton once again. Here's Ilanga. One-on-one, he's got Hall bollocking down his outside. Gives it to him too. Hall on his left foot. Can he get a cross in? Cuts back. Does well. Plays it all the way back. Good play from Newcastle. Great ball through. Good play from Newcastle this. And almost Big Joe getting himself through again with a nice bit of football. The Atlanta goal has been disallowed incidentally. And Milan are 2-1 up into Milan against Malmati, Carlos Augusto. With a go-ahead goal for them. Great to see Lewis Hall back, I have to say. Great to see a bit of pace on that left flank from fullback. Anyway, here's more pace. It's Ilanga. Ilanga's nice little ball in for Voltemada. First time ball is not great, and it's been nodded back calmly to Unai Simon. And Simon kicks it from hand. Not often you see that these day and age. So a race between the striker and Botman, but the ball beats them both. And out for throwing it goes to Newcastle in the right back area, which is thrown back to Nick Pope, who controls it, plays it out then to Malik Chow. Now Sven Botman, for a split second in time here, the two of them are swapped, Botman and Chow. The ball is with Pope, and now it's with Chow again on the left-hand side. And now to Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall down the line, kicks it straight out of play, will be a throw into Bilbao. Bit of ring rust there. And the Bilbao manager does not look happy. What a long face, mate. Big Joe, some fantastic covering there. Ilanga did well, but the ball didn't reach Voltemada, who has to stay on for full game tonight because, of course, Asula didn't manage to make the bench tonight. Anyhow, Vivian decides to break from centre half. Trying to get back in the game, Bilbao here, but they're not like doing anything really. It's Berenga. Little chip ball over the top. Good interception from Trippier. Really good. Murphy again with a poor pass and plays into a bit of trouble there. But here's Voltemada, who can't do anything with it. And Bilbao breaking through the centre here. Long distance shots. Good save, Pope. Oh, nearly surprised him there. Dortmund have got a goal back at the Etihad through Voldemar Anton. 3-1 to Man City. If this bounces, it didn't. It was headed away. And, well, the game's opening up here. And it's not necessarily what Newcastle United want. Great play from Hall. Oh, just one step too much. Voltemada picks up the rebound. What's he give a free kick for there? Did you think Hall went in over the top? Well, and it was a long distance shot. Pope was alive to it. Good job he was. Because the shot was on target. It was about 35 yards out. It was bending into the corner. And the difference between Sunday and today is that Nick Pope saw it, got down and got a strong hand to it. Great run for the middle there from Lewis Hall. Why he was penalised, I don't know. He must have gone over the top trying to retain the possession. But anyhow, Bilbao starting to look a bit dangerous here, I have to say. Well cut out from Botman. Here's Chow. Back from Miley calmly to Botman. And here's Lewis Hall. Forward for Elanga. 1-2 on there, but didn't play it. Joelinton goes back to Tonali and then back to Botman. First time across, then to Chow. Chow looking for Murphy. Good ball it was too. Murphy decides to play it back to Trippier. Ball in then for Voltemada. Needs movement, doesn't get any at all. Fault for Voltemada there. Literally have nowhere to go. No one running off him or anything. Good pressure from Elanga though, and they do go backwards. And well, Bilbao running out of time. They haven't really shown an awful lot so far. I have to say, they have got players out into, we know that. But at some stage, you'd think they would try and have a go, but they don't seem to be at the minute. Just the one long distance shot, second half, really. Ball is back with Simon. Ball played down the line. It's a throw to Newcastle. Unai couldn't control it. Just come off his foot and out for throwing it went. Botman was in heavy attendance behind him, tightly marking him. Throw goes back to Pope, who plays it for Malik Chow in the Newcastle penalty area. Back to Pope. Bit of pressure coming on here. Now Botman. Hall gets it, but it was deflected in his path. Hall goes past one, does brilliantly. And plays a ball, trying to find Elanga. Unlucky. Lewis Hall's passing boots aren't on yet, but his skills are. You know, he's beating players for fun. Ball in behind, but there's too much pace there for Joelinton, who's back covering. He's had an absolute stormer today, Joelinton. An absolute stormer. 73 minutes in, 75 minutes in, he's still covering back, covering every blade of grass. And as bad as he was Sunday, he's been the exact opposite today. Is Hall back to Sven Botman. Chow to his right, gives it to him. Trippier further right, and he gives it to him. Inside then for Miley. A little one touch, lovely little bit of play that. Murphy's touch weren't great, and in trying to kick the ball in, Voltemada slips and makes a right arse of it. And he sees the funny side of it. And now Voltemada's got to put his boot back on because the heels come off. But it's okay, he's back up again. The Bilbao duo are on the attack here. Can we get a foot in? No, we can't. And it's dangerous. Sits over the top looking for the... Well, it does fall for Pope again. More by luck than judgment, I have to say. Botman did well in the end. Yeah, there was no offside there, but Botman was calmness. And a lovely little dink over the top looking for the win of Unai, but Botman... Well, he's just too strong in the end for him. Did really well. The ball is at the other pitch now with Simon and Bilbao. Dare I say it? It's just starting to get a little foothold in this. Though they are 2 down, of course, they've got to do something. Elanga trying to get in there, didn't quite get there. And they play around him and the ball is back with the centre halves again. Once again, Barcelona have equalised in Belgium with an own goal. 3-3. Tonali putting some pressure on, but referee gives a free kick against him. I think this ref thinks they're playing basketball, no physical contact. Anyhow, here come another two Bilbao subs. Areso and it's Unai Gomez has gone off. Asia Hierro and Gorosabal are coming on. So Areso was the fullback, the the right back, he's gone off. Gumasabo's replaced him. Asja Hierro is going to go up front, I guess, where Unai Gomez was. Great pressure from Joe. Oh, brilliant from Joelinton. He's an absolute stormer. Wins the ball back for Newcastle. This is Joelinton at his best. But people saying maybe he's past his best now, but he's rolled back the years tonight. I have to say, he's been absolutely outstanding. Here's Chow, and now Botman. Further wide, then to Lewis Hall. To Elanga. Nice little touch back for Hall. Hall steps outside one. That's brilliant from Hall. Ball in behind, looking for Elanga. What's his pace like? He's got great pace. He gets there. So once he got there, he's got to make the cross, man. Didn't make it. Gah! No left foot. No left foot, man. The pace was fantastic, but he got there a yard before the byline. Just didn't have a left foot to get the cross in, but brilliant from Lewis Hall in the first place. We're approaching the last 10 minutes of the game here. Adama. Again, Bilbao trying to... Murphy robs him. Miley. Back to Trippier. Miley's been well since he come on, getting a nice little feet in and just breaking up play nicely. Pressure on from Tonali, all the way back to Simon. He's going to try and get there. Didn't quite. Great energy from the Italian, though. Good header from Joelinton. But it falls for Bilbao. This time, Voltemada takes it. Surely he was fouled there, referee. He didn't think so. But the ball from the new striker, Hierro, was absolutely fucking great. And now it went for a throw to Newcastle. Victor Osimhen has got his hat-trick in Ajax, in Amsterdam. I think that's 2 penalties he scored. And another sub from Bilbao. They're bringing on Jimmy Carr. Well, he looks like Jimmy Carr. Chow back to Pope. Long clearance from Pope. Taken down from Voltemada, but it directed to no one but a Bilbao player. Well stepped in there from Tonali. Although it does fall for a Bilbao player in a dangerous position. Shot from distance. Pope's alive to it. Catches it. Near bother. Again, just shoot from distance. That's all they've done all game. Here's Hall. In a bit of trouble, yeah. Just managed to keep the ball home, plays it back to Botman. Down the line to Elanga, whose ball is poor. No left foot again inside. Good defending though from Newcastle. There's Molly tidying things up again. Oh, Murphy. Murphy attempted too much there. And Bilbao have the ball back. Great header from Botman though. Ball down the middle looking for Voltemada, who does turn his player, but the defender behind him is going to go all the way back to Simon. Long ball over the top, looking for the Bilbao runner. Pope comes out, smithers it. Trippier may have gone down injured. I'm not sure. Has he got back up? Think so, because, looks like Jacob Ramsey's about to enter the fray. Here's Botman. Good ball. Now Tonali. And good football this from Newcastle. Here's Miley. Beautiful pass to Trippier, who's high-footed down his wing inside and behind from Murphy. Cross comes in, Voltemada. And Elanga got in his way, I think. I think there's an offside there anyway. I think Elanga's got him in Voltemada's way. I think Murphy was offside, if the truth be told. No, he's not. He's on. The ball from Murphy into Voltemada's path. It's overhit for him. Elanga's at the far post. I think if Elanga's not there, Voltemada scores. Although, you could say the other way as well. Here comes Jacob Ramsey. He's on for Voltemada. Good performance from Nick tonight. No goal to show for it, but he's really put in a shift. And another 83 minutes on the clock for him. This might mean Elanga going through the middle. And the blast of, or batch of fireworks go off in Hull Bronx. Great header from Chow. It's a beautiful header. He's got a bang in the face for his troubles as well. Ref doesn't see it and plays on. Yeah, it looks like Ramsey's gone to left side and Langa's through the middle now. Which could be good because you'll see what his pace is like. Anyway, ball over the top looking for Murphy, but the keeper comes out and smothers it. Trippier putting press on even this late stage of the game. Newcastle still look very fit, I have to say. But Bilbao are trying to break us now. To the left, to the right wing, cross comes in, looking for Bilbao. Header gets one, but it's come off the corner of his head. Wide. Approaching the last 5 minutes of normal time. Still 2-0 to Newcastle. Still relatively easy. Ramsey. Gone a bit slack the last couple of minutes, Newcastle here. Murphy trying to get goal side of Adama, but he's got a lot of pace, Adama. Murphy, to his credit, has really hassled him here. And in the end, he gives the ball away to Tonali, but the refs give a free kick for a slight shirt pull. The Heat have taken a real battering at York tonight. 4 down now to York. Not their greatest night. Here's Simon. And Bilbao are going to finally have a proper go at it, you'd think. Time is short for them. They do look like they've got a modicum of urgency about this precise moment in time. Long ball over the top of Trippier, looking for Berenguer on his left-hand side. Going up against Trippier. Trippier's not buying any of that and will keep it in too. Outstanding from the former England fullback. And it's a good clearance too. Elanga doesn't do anything with it. It goes over his head and Bilbao can restart possession from inside the Newcastle United half. Elanga putting pressure on. Ball over the top. Gets a flick off the head of Joelinton. Hall covers and plays it out calmly to Joelinton. Chip down the line where he sees Elanga. Elanga, I'm not sure what the fuck that was from Elanga. That's awful. He's left us in all sorts of shit here. Chow's trying to get across and does. Outstanding defending from Chow. Brilliant that from Malik Chow. And once again, Anthony Elanga. Fucking Jesus Christ. Absolutely awful. They're still in the attack here, Bilbao. Shot comes in. Good save, Nick Pope. This was on target from Serrano. Nick Pope got down to his right and powered it wide. But I can't emphasise how shit that was from Anthony Elanga. Left us in the shit big time. Malik Chow really did come to his rescue with an outstanding bit of defending to come across and cover. And then they get another shot from the resulting attack. And it was well parried wide from Nick Pope, but they have the corner. The refs decided to get involved in the corner. Fucking dickhead. It's going to be an in-swinger from the number 22. Headed away. Not much urgency of Newcastle getting out. They were defending very deep. Cross comes in again. Needs to get a Newcastle head. Don't do. Pope comes out and punches. Probably the right idea in that situation to punch. And there are players down with head injuries, so the referee will have to stop play here. One is Tonali and one is one of theirs. In this occasion, Nick Pope was right to punch. Absolutely was. And it was a good punch too. Although there may be some collateral damage from it because he's gone through Let's see what he has gone through. He's gone through Tonali, and the player's gone over the top of Tonali, aided and abetted by Nick Pope coming out. Tonali's at the bottom of the sandwich, and that may hurt. Let's do some super chats while this illness and stuff is going on. We have a 199 Nick's FPS picks. Want to see Elanga gain some confidence this match, but you're not going to see it the way he's playing. And Keith Trusco with a £2 super chat. Elanga is an effing liability, waste of money. Two sides of different coins there. Looks like J7's getting the man of the match anyway from the coverage I'm watching. And quite rightly so. Atlanta finally scored in Marseille in the 89th minute. We have to go to Marseille, of course, in this campaign. And it doesn't look as harsh there as what it would be usually. But anyway, here come Bilbao again in the final minute of normal time. The ball goes out of play. Hall has it. Did really well there. Wow, that's fantastic. Chow on a galloping run, plays it forward. Murphy found once in there, waiting for the ball to come to him. And, well, good job first. We have cover with Miley. Did really well to get back and cover there. And it will be a throw into Atlanta, not even playing. Athletic Bilbao. No, Mark, it's bonfire night, mate. Pressure from Malanga didn't work. They play around him quite easily. Little triangle. We have 5 added on minutes, which I should really put on here. And I shall do, in fact. There we go. Bilbao again, just entering our half. Ball could come to Lewis Hall here, plays it for Trippier to come in and cover. Now, this could be a chase, although Elanga doesn't want to chase it, and Simon's well out of his goal anyway. Bruges have scored in the 91st minute against Barcelona, 4-3 to them. And Ryan Cherky has scored for Man City at the Etihad in the 91st minute. Cross comes in. Nick Pope should get that all day. He does, claims it. Had a good game tonight, Nick Pope, I have to say. He had a good game. Bilbao are pressing here. With Berenguer on this left-hand side. Cross comes in. It's going to be headed away from Chow. It's not the greatest header, but it gets it away at least. And Bilbao are trying to find a way through again. But come on, Lang, you've got to get goal side. You've got a bit more effort than that. Bilbao, not really. No urgency at all. And, well, Elanga could get that. Almost did. Back to Simon it goes. That goal for Bruges was disallowed, incidentally. Fucking hell. Here's Berenguer. Very tight to the flank here. Murphy's in front of him. Trippier's behind him. Trippier's left his man here in trouble here. Newcastle. The ball's deflected and it falls straight in. Straight into the arms of Pope. And that was a real chance that they didn't take. Halfway through the added on time, Pope has it, drops to the deck and kicks it and slips when he kicks it. And it goes straight into touch. Here's Unai Simon. Just going to tap it forward. We've got 2 minutes to go. They haven't got Tom scored 2 goals. Long ball looking for Alex Berenguer. Trippier's got it. And calmly, as you like, just shepherds it back off his head beautifully into the arms of Nick Pope, who just rolls it backward and forwards, going to pick it up, waste a bit of time. And he may kick this. He's running forward with it. What's he going to do? Puts it to the floor and dicks it again, straight down the pitch. Looking for Ramsey on the far side. Gorzabal shepherds it out. We're in the final minute almost. This game's won, guys. This game's won. Another win in the Champions League campaign. More dollar in the pocket. Another £1.8 million. Bilbao was maybe looking for consolation now, trying to get in behind Malik Chow. Malik Chow ain't having any of that. What great strength. Great play from Chow again. Back into Botman, into Trippier. Good play that from Ramsey. Back to Pope. And Pope just gets his foot through it. Flicked on by Miley. Berenguer on his left-hand side just about keeps it in. Looks for a cross into the middle. Great header away from Botman this time. But Newcastle can win this back here. And here's Alanga. Try to flick it back into the path of Miley. Didn't quite work. And we get a free kick. I think that is going to be about that. In fact, that's it. It's all over, folks. Newcastle United 2, Athletic Bilbao 0. First half goal from Dan Burn. Remarkable header, very much a mirror image of the goal he scored at Wembley. And then a second from Joelinton, another header. Caps up a fantastic all-round performance from Joelinton. Back in form again. Outstanding. So there you go. 2-0 to Newcastle. Thanks ever so much to the mods who's helped us get through this. For you lot in the chat, watching along with me. And all the subs and members. And Eric Shun with a $2 super chat. He says, good win, but doesn't take away Sunday result form. No, it doesn't. And we shall see how we react to it Sunday, which is, yeah, it's important, I guess, that we don't drop back into that sort of shit that we played last week. Review this game will be tomorrow night on the Toon Review at 7 o'clock. Thanks for you all again, once again, for joining me. We shall see you tomorrow with the review. Good night, God bless, and away the lads and lasses.
Come back and check out the breeze.